What is going on, guys? This is KNasty3090 here. Welcome back to an episode of the Baltimore Orioles franchise, episode 9. We are in the playoffs, year 3. Fun little fact. I was recording this. We won the wild card game. We won, I think, one game in Cleveland. Then the second game we lost, and then it froze. Like, what happened was after the quick manage, it froze. I did another one. After the wild card game, it froze. So, it isn't... I know you guys are... I've seen you guys mention it on Twitter and in the comments of videos. It's a known issue. I passed it on to San Diego Studios, so they are working on getting it fixed, it sounds like. So just be on the lookout when you quick manage games. Because of that, unfortunately, I'm not going to bother with it because it keeps freezing, unfortunately. So we're not going to quick manage these games until that's fixed because it's freezing like every other game and just freezes the whole app. So we're going to just sim this as we won. So we can take a look at the box score, see how the players did. So we did win our wild card game. And let's see, Bogaerts hit 2 home runs and Greg Bird. So Greg Bird went 2 for 3. Bogaerts went 2 for 4. So we won our wild card game. We are now facing the Cleveland Indians. So we got Corbin Burns in game 1. Now, if you guys are new to this and you are wondering what I normally do, I'll show you what we normally do. We do this quick manage here. But I'm not going to click on it and start it. But basically, you pick your lineups, you pick your players, and then you can tell them oh, hit here, do a bunt here, do this pitching changes. You can pinch run, tell them to steal. You are like a manager in that. It's really good for the playoffs, I feel like. Unfortunately, with it freezing, it is a known issue. They're working on it. I'm just not going to waste my time with it. We lose game 1 against the Indians. So what this episode will entail, it will do the playoffs and we'll do the off season. So we'll do it all in this one. Bogaerts went 3 for 5 in this game. He had another home run. All right, game 2. We won 5-4. Okay, this is a little different from how we're doing it. Bogaerts went 1 for 4. Let's see. He didn't hit a home run, but we did win that game, so we are going home. This is incredible that we're doing this. We lost, so we're one Cleveland win from being eliminated. Let me guess, Bogaerts got 2 hits again. Yep. He's in 470 in the playoffs. So must win. We do win, so we're going to game 5. Oh, man. Let's see. Who did well in that? We only had, that's Cleveland. Bogaerts went 0 for 3. So who scored for us? Bart hit a home run. Who pitched well for that? Knight pitched 6 innings. Holder pitched 2/3. And then the bullpen was dominant again. Brad Hand of 1, 2, 3, 9. So game 5. Oh, we lose. We lost in game 5, 2-0, unfortunately. Maeda pitched 5 innings, and then Scott came out of the bullpen, pitched 3 shutouts. So that's the season, unfortunately. So we will do the offseason now. The Yankees defeat the Phillies. So the Yankees won. They only beat us by 1 game in the regular season. So let's go to the offseason. All postseason stats will be clear. Before we do that, see how the team did in the postseason. So Zimmer hit 292 and 24 at-bats. Moncada, 043. Yeesh. Bogaerts, 391. Chris Davis, 190. Bobby Bradley struggled. Diaz did hit a couple home runs. Bart had a couple. Phillips didn't do well. And then Sierra. So let's go into the offseason. And who retired? So this guy retired. He was 26 due to an injury. Luis Marte from an injury. Jordan Romero from an injury. Cano retired due to age. Same with Tony Sipp. Same with Pedroia. Really? How old is Pedroia? 36? 38. Okay. Any other injury ones? Those are ones that are players that you wouldn't expect. Longoria retired due to ability. Any other big names? Zobrist. So I think Cano usually makes the Hall of Fames in these, and he did. So, we got exclusive free agents. Brad Hand, who you guys were saying it was Zach Britton-like year he had. I agree. He had an 0.54 ERA. I think he would have got some MVP considerations or Cy Young. Probably not MVP, but Cy Young if he closed the whole year. But he was a setup man, and we switched him over. I definitely want to bring him back. 5 years is a little much. I'll do 3 with a player. I'm going to have to give him a little bit more money. But he's 32, but I definitely want to keep him. Give him a qualifying offer as well. Just so if we lose him, we get a draft pick. Daniel Winkler, now he didn't pitch great. Not bad. A 3.88 ERA. It's not great. It's not bad. So how much does he want a year? 7.5. No, he's not going to be the closer, so I just don't want him to be upset. I'll give him 8.9. Let's see if that works. Horacio Ramirez, 3.27 ERA, one of our best during the regular season. How much does he want a year? 5.3. I'll do a year to year with him. It's going to be a little bit more like 6. Chris Davis, I want to keep him around. Big time power bat in the middle of the lineup. Let's see what the money's like. 5.5. It's going to be closer to 6. And then Dylan Bundy. This year he pitched back-to-back years sub 4 ERA. So how much does he want a year? 9.5. I'm gonna give him a qualifying offer. I think we can get a draft pick from him. I really do. I think someone's gonna offer it to him. So let's see what happens. It's in a few days. So Winker has not signed. Brad Hand, Ramirez, and Chris Davis did. I'm gonna give Winker a qualifying offer as well. See if we can get a draft pick compensation. All right, let's see. Did Winkler sign that? He did. Okay. So the only one we didn't offer is Bundy. I think we can find someone to pitch pretty well, and I think we can get a draft pick for him. So let's sim another day. All right, and let's go to arbitration. So Moncada's up for arbitration. Holder, Fry, Tanner Scott, and Greg Bird. Moncada, he has 4 years of service time, so with 2 years he's a free agent. So as you can see, 2 years for 9.3. Or we could do something like a 5-year deal, $16 million a year. That takes him to his 31. So I will do that, and I'll give him a player option. They usually accept him anyway. I'm going to front load that contract. Save us some money in the future. And we're going to offer him arbitration so we don't lose him. We're paying a little bit more now, but then I think when he's like really in his prime, I think he's going to be cheap. Holder had a really good year, 2.35 ERA. He has 4 years of service time. I'm just going to give him a 2-year deal. He's pretty cheap. I'll offer him the arbitration. He'll be a free agent at that time at 30, but then we'll figure that out. Paul Fry had a really good year as a lefty. I'll just do, what is it? How many years does he have of service time? 3. So offer him the arbitration. And how much does he want a year? 2.3 is a little pricey, but I mean, he's still freaking good. It's actually going to be like 2.6, but should get it done. Tanner Scott was another lefty we had. He didn't pitch bad, but not great. He did pitch a lot of innings. I do want to keep him around with that beat potential. I just want to see what he wants money-wise. 2.2 is a little much. Unlike Paul Fry, his ERA is like 2 runs higher. I'm going to take him to arbitration. I'm going to give him I'll do $1 million. He's going to want like a little over 2, and we'll go to arbitration. And then Greg Bird, I would like to keep him maybe as a bench bat if the money's right. He has 4 years of service time. If he wants a lot of money, $2 million is a little I'm going to go 1.5, but I'll also go to arbitration, and I'll give him 1.2. So you can either take from my $1.5 million deal, or we'll go to arbitration. I'm putting out 1.2. You're a bench bat for me. That's what I think you are. But we will need that. Let's go to tender contracts. So Joey Bart, we could maybe lock him up long term. Now, before we go any further, let's take a look at the budget. We have a good amount of money, and once Moncada sends that deal, we're going to have to spend more money now, but I really am hoping for like 2024, 2025, 2026, we're going to have a ton of money, and we can kind of do whatever we want, and we're going to have good players. So what I want to do is give Bart maybe like a 7-year deal. He'll be 31 at that time, and he has, 1 year of Major League time? Yeah. So that buys out 2 years of free agency, and we're going to front load the deal. He's a everyday player. We're going to front load this deal, so he's getting more money now, but when he's like 27, 28, 29, the contract starts going down in our favor. So that's what I want to do with him. So front load that contract. So it's going to be a 7-year deal for about $49 million. So 7 for 7 front loaded. Mike Phillips, I'm going to do the same with him. He has no Major League service time yet. I might just give him a 10-year deal. Oh, I can do a 10-year deal. And it'd be about $80 million. I'm going to tell him he's a star, because he's going to be a star. And I don't even have to worry about him. 10 years, he'll be 30 when this contract's up. That buys 4 years of free agency. and it's going to be like an $80 to $85 million deal. And again, front load that deal. He's getting money now. I wish it kind of would like depend, like for a guy who's young, if he gets a front loaded deal, that should change his interest, because he's like, instead of making like $100,000 next year, if I front load, he's going to be making like $12 million, and he'd be like, wow, $12 million as a 20-year-old, that's really nice. So this is going to be a 10-year, about $90 million deal, 89.5, front load that bad boy. Blaine Knight had a really good year pitching, but I'm not sure how good he is. I'm not going to give him a long-term deal. Just a 2-year deal for a couple $100,000. The rest of these guys I'm just going to sign. You don't need to see it. Then we'll move on with the offseason, see what we need to do. So all those contracts were offered. I just went through all those prospects. We have no one we can lose in the 40-man roster and the Rule 5 draft from the 40-man. So let's take a look at what we might need. So starters right now, we have Burns, Maeda, Ramirez, Blaine Knight. Now we do have Grayson Rodriguez as a prospect. I'm not sure if he's ready yet. Mitchell White struggled really mightily. We do have Ryan Rollison is a guy. DL Hall is a guy. I'm not sure if they're ready yet, but they're good depth. Jeff Fontaine is a guy we just drafted. So what I want to do is maybe get a guy, Josh Flowers is another guy. So I think we need to get maybe another starter. We'll look at what's out there. Relievers, we have Winkler, Holder, Bleer, Paul Fry, Tanner Scott. Castro's kind of like an insurance option. We also have Brad Hand. Then we do have Myrick and Stuart Franklin, some A potential guys. And even Reyes is a C potential, but he improved quite a bit last year. +4 hits per 9, +5 Ks per 9, +2 walks per 9, +4 hits per 9, home runs per 9. So he improved a ton. At catchers, we have Joey Bart, Will Banfield, Cumberland, Gene Wilcox as a project. At first base, we have Bobby Bradley. Greg Bird is a backup right now. We also have Juan Rivera, who's a backup. I'm going to probably keep him in the minors. I don't know, as like a depth piece. And we have Zapata, who's kind of that project, but I'm high on the kid. I think he could turn into a star. He just may take a while. At second base, we have Sierra right now. He's kind of that stopgap until Rossiter is ready. And then we have Drew Jackson as well. At third base, we have Moncada. Jomar Reyes is a good bench bat or a utility guy. We have Urbina, who's a prospect who improved a lot. He's moving up the prospect boards. At shortstop, we have Bogarts. We have Reinheimer, Caden Griner, Osiris Johnson, then Aragon, who I'm really high on him as well. I like our prospects. Outfield, we have Chris Davis. Fernando Hernandez is a great defensive player. Can't really hit yet, but he's still developing. Seth Beer is a guy who might be able to hit, not field. We have Pedro Gonzalez, another guy. So Chris Davis is one of our starters. Bradley Zimmer is another one. We also have Joe Gray Jr. He was injured a lot of last year. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Same with Jordan Adams, Quint Holmes, and Ray Villaruarte was our first-round pick last year. And then right field, we have Diaz and we have Phillips. I'm thinking have Chris Davis be our DH, and our outfielders would be Bradley Zimmer, Diaz, and then Mike Phillips. So we'll probably put Diaz in left, Phillips in right, Zimmer in center. And then Bogarts at short, Moncada at third, Sierra at second, Bradley at first, Bird will be a bench bat, Bart is our catcher. So I really think a starter is a big thing we need in free agency. And then maybe some depth pieces. So let's see what's out there in free agency. Francisco Lindor is out there. Clayton Kershaw, Chris Bryant, Noah Syndergaard, Chapman, Correa, Seager, Martinez, Felipe Vasquez, Osuna, Steve Cishek. Now here's the thing: I don't want to give up a draft slot. I want to keep him. I can never say his name right. Fultzy, though I always call him. He's an option maybe, but he already has an offer for 5 years, $56 million. Carlos Rendon has an offer already out there. I would love to see maybe a starter who doesn't have an offer. Chris Archer maybe. Nah, he struggled a lot. Tanaka, he pitched pretty good, and we would be taking him from the Yankees. How much does he want? 8.2? Let's do this. All those contracts that we offered, let's see if our players sign them, and then we know what our budget is to work with. Syndergaard's in our division, the Red Sox. Vasquez, god damn it, going to the Red Sox. Fultzy's going to the Mariners. Osuna's going, okay. You bastard. Alright, so Bundy's on the team. You know, for 1 year, we can afford it. That was kind of my logic. You know what? I don't want to. I mean, I guess we're going to have him. So we're paying him $19 million. I think he'll still pitch well. Maybe he pitches even better. His overall improves, and then boom, he's going to even be higher. I don't know. But for that, I think that's pretty much it. So let's see if these players sign those contracts. I think they did. And our budget's still pretty good. We can still afford like a max player. As you can see, Moncada's making $22 million this year. We are definitely overpaying him this year. But in 2026, so in 5 years, he's making $13 million. I love the front-loaded option in this situation. Brad Hand has that deal. Already know that. Mike Phillips. So Mike Phillips is making $12 million this year. We can't even, because this shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it does show all 10. When he's 30, he's making $5 million a year. Oh man, I think he's making a lot right now. Making $12 million as going to be his rookie year. Joey Bart. He's going to be making 9.3 this year, but in 2028, he's only going to be making 4.7. Our budget is looking so good. Corbin Burns. He'll get cheaper and cheaper every year. Oh, I love how this is set up. We are set up for success, and we still have money. I might get another bullpen arm. There were a lot out there. Andrew Miller. He struggled a lot. Ottavino. He struggled. Carson Smith probably struggled. Daniel Robertson. He pitched outstanding. He's not a closer, but I'll tell him he's not a closer, but I'm going to give you a lot of money. And that is $2.3 million more than the Phillies. And hopefully he's like, you know what, I'm not going to close with the Orioles, but I will have... We can't afford the contract to him. Oh, interesting. There we go. Now our budget's been updated. We're still fine. I guess we can't afford him, which is fine. I mean, that was just a bonus. I mean, I think our bullpen's actually really good. I mean, you take a look at it. That's a really good bullpen. And I think Castro won't even be in it. And then, like I said, we have those 2 prospects with 8 potential. So I think we're pretty good. So there's not much we have to do really in the offseason now. We have to do some coaches, but I'll wait a little bit long before we do that. Hopefully just the division doesn't get better. Lindor's a Met. Good. He's in the National League. Marte's... All right, the Red Sox are going to be better. They lost JD Martinez. He's a Met. It's like the same teams are signing players. All right, let's go. Usually we get some trade offers. Seager's a Diamondback. Okay. Baez is a Royal. Okay. Rule 5 draft. So, yeah, the Red Sox were bad last year. We are going to have the 26th pick. I'm not even sure if there's going to be any options available. Yeah, there really aren't many. Any guys who could be... I could use Christian Arroyo as a backup third baseman. Ryder Jones. Thing with Arroyo, you can play first, second, third, and short. I'm going to take him. Now, he has to play on the Major League roster next year, but he can play... He's a utility guy, first, second, third, and short. He can't play the outfield, but he's a good fielder. He can't really hit, but he's an A potential. He has value. I'm going to take him. See why not. Jomar Reyes can stay in the minors another year. Sorry. All right. So let's see if any other trades happen throughout the year. Actually, I should probably make sure he has a contract. $500,000. Yeah, that's a great deal. What is his? I should have checked what his potential is. You know, it's an A. 94. That's not bad. Oh, let's do our coaches now. We haven't done that yet. We need a manager and a first base coach. So, I want to see if durability, arm accuracy, track button. I want to see one if it can maybe improve stats I care about. Break, pitch, and clutch, plate discipline, and -1 speed. Batting, clutch, bunting, control, arm accuracy. Walk speed brings down walks per 9. I want walks per 9 to go up. +2 durability. Sandy Alomar Jr. Oh, I'm taking Sandy Alomar Jr. He was a great player for a long time. And then we need, what was it, a first base coach? +2 durability. Let's just get, that should help these guys' durability out for sure. And he's also going to help fielding, reaction, arm accuracy. He's a defensive-minded guy. Oh. All right, we're going to have to find someone else. Can we not? Where is he? Bring down the amount. Yeah, after cash flow is fine. I don't know why it's saying that. And now he's uninterested. Let's try that again. I'm confused. Is there a guy we could trade that I just feel like we're overpaying? I mean, the obvious one is Dylan Bundy. Let's see if we can trade Dylan Bundy then. We could just get a different manager, but he has a lot of value. I want to start it back. Let's see if we can find a controllable, cheaper starter. Brady Rogers, last year he pitched great. He's improving. You're only making $1 million. They can't do it because of money. We got to find a team that has the money. The Dodgers probably do, but I'm not sure there's anyone I really want from them that's under contract. No one from them is signed. Plantier, probably not. I mean, we could get a guy like Taijuan Walker, who's the final year of his deal. They want a little bit more, but we know we can do that. Same with Robbie Ray, who struggled. But I think Taijuan Walker would not be a bad option. We'd have to include another guy. Like, I mean, it could be anyone. It could be like Justin Yurchak gets the deal done for Taijuan Walker. So he had a 3.42 ERA. He pitched 194 innings, so he's durable. He's in the final year of his deal, so he's a free agent. But, I mean, same with his Bundy. So let's do that. We save $11 million. There's a couple things. One, we can now get Sandy Alomar. Two, in the next season, if we want to get a player at the trade deadline, we have a little bit more money to play with. In fact, I might even... there we go. We got Sandy Alomar for the next 15 years. They sided with Scott, so Scott's going to make a little over $2 million. And Greg Bird, they sided with Bird, he's going to make 1.8. All right, so let's take a look at contract extension. So these guys we signed 1-year deals I'm not too worried about. Diaz, could we sign to a long-term deal? A 5-year deal for... I might do that. You know what? Let's see him hit again. He had a really good year last year, 271, 23 home runs. But the year before, in limited at-bats, he really struggled. So before we do that, Taijuan Walker's only an 80 overall. He must be pissed because he's in the bullpen. Well, that's going to change. He wants a 5-year deal. I don't love that. I'll do this, Taijuan. I'll do a 3-year deal for $28 million. And he accepted it. All right. I'll do that. Anyone else? Nope. All right, so let's go to the regular season. Let's take a look at our scouts. West, International, Central, East. Okay, no one retired. Can we improve any? We cannot. So we have the best scouts available. Pitching, we got Burns, Walker, Maeda, Erasmus, Ramirez, and Mitchell White. I'm probably going to send Castro down and call up another positional player. So Castro will send down. He'll have to pass waivers. They always do. So we got 2 catchers. We got Brockmeyer. No, you're thinking, why are we going to use Brockheimer instead of a guy like Banfield? I want Banfield to play. I guess I could call up Cumberland, but Brockmeyer's fine. It's just a backup. First base, we got Bradley and Bird. I want Sabata in AA. Second baseman, we got Sierra, Rossiters, and AAA still. We got Moncada and Arroyo. Shortstop, we got Bogarts. We do need a backup. I might call up Reinheimer. And we do have Arroyo who can play shortstop, but that's really only one guy. So I'm going to call up Reinheimer. And then outfield, we got Chris Davis, Bradley Zimmer, Diaz, Phillips, and Yastrzemski. And Yastrzemski's kind of that 4th outfielder. Great fielder. I see AA has one too many players, so I will send one up to AAA. There we go. Let's build that lineup. Mike Phillips leading off. Why not? Let's let him have a chance to play. Bradley Zimmer batting second. I don't hate that because he gets on base. Bogarts, Davis, Bradley, Moncada. Yeah, Diaz. Wait, that's incorrect. Chris Davis is the DH. Bart and Sierra. Yeah, actually, I don't know. If you guys think I should change the lineup, let me know and I might change it. Actually, don't hate that lineup. Yeah, I want Phillips to lead off. He's going to get a bunch of at-bats, and yeah. And then let's take a look at top prospects and what we rank standing-wise. Yankees are first. We're 14th now. 7th in power, 9th in pitching. Rays are 12th. Blue Jays are 28th. Red Sox are 6th. It's going to be a tough division. take a look at top prospects. Tatis is still not up there. Mitch Keller, Hunter Green, Royce Lewis, Rossiter's at 5. And, I mean, we got some guys who are going to shoot up this board, I'm telling you. Where are they? Aragon, top 10 by the end of the year. I'm calling it. He's going to be a top 10 prospect by the end of the year. What else we have? Jeff Fontaine, who was a draft pick last year, I believe. He's at 35. He's our highest pitcher. Grayson Rodriguez is at 48, and that's it. Jonathan India is at 50. Wow. But, yeah, so the next episode we'll do at least the first half of the regular season. We're not going to have a high draft pick, but hopefully we can still draft well. The only thing I'm worried about obviously is health and then pitching. But I don't know. We'll see how we do. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Please drop a like if you did enjoy this. Subscribe if you are new. I'll talk to you all later. Take it easy. Peace.